When it comes to year-end fundraising, most nonprofits spend a lot of time thinking about their fundraising letters, their fundraising emails, Giving Tuesday, and so on. In other words, we spend a lot of time thinking about our asking tactics. But there's one critical resource and piece of the puzzle that we often overlook in planning and executing our year-end fundraising campaigns: our board members. Year-end fundraising season is a great opportunity for board members to step into the role of ambassadors and askers. In this tutorial, I'm going to share some tips on how you can engage your board members in your year-end fundraising campaign. Hey there, my name is Vanessa Lockshin, and I'm the president of the Storytelling Nonprofit. Welcome back to my channel for this tutorial. So when I talk to people about my experience in fundraising, one of the things I often say is that the best professional development I ever had was being on a nonprofit board for 6 years. And I actually had the pleasure of being board chair for 2 of those. It really influenced my understanding of how boards work and how fundraising staff could work with boards. And so I really enjoy training nonprofit boards these days on how they can be engaged in fundraising because it's never as scary and tough as they think. One of the models I like to use in my training is Kay Sprinkle Grace's model called the AAA board, and this stands for Askers, Ambassadors, and Advocates. Kay says that these are 3 essential roles every board member should partake in. I sometimes see it as some having strengths in others and being more focused on a particular role than another role, but it is a really good idea to, think about how your board members can play each of these roles in their role as a board member. So in year-end fundraising in particular, there are lots of ways for board members to be askers and also ambassadors. And today I want to give you a few ideas to get your wheels turning. Hopefully some low barrier, easy ways to engage board members, even who are a little shy about fundraising. Let's dive in. All right, my first idea for you is to find a board champion. So this is someone who can really rally the troops and also help lighten your workload when it comes to working with your board. I think this is really valuable anytime you're trying to take an initiative to the board level, like engaging in a year-end fundraising campaign, capital campaign, whatever it might be. Having someone on the board who can really be your voice at the board level and really get everyone engaged is so important. So as you start planning your campaign, think about who that could be. You might think, oh, it should be our board chair. They're the senior leadership. They should take on this role. That could be true, but you also might have someone else who's really well liked, who's really good at kind of engaging with everyone, who might make a really good champion as well. The second thing you can do is let board members know about their commitments ahead of time. I think this is really important in board management in general. And one of the things I learned from my time as a board chair is that it's really valuable to make sure board members know what's expected of them far in advance so that they can kind of do any planning they need to and just manage their own expectations. So in year-end fundraising, you might want to think about what that could entail for you specifically. Maybe it's, sending out some emails, asking a few friends to donate, whatever that might be, starting to kind of introduce the idea now so that you're not kind of blindsiding them with it come December. So those are 2 starter tips I would suggest. I've got lots of other ones here as well for asking and getting board members out in their ambassador roles. Let's talk about those as well. So first of all, you could do something like ask board members to forward your Giving Tuesday email to 5 of their contacts. This is a really easy thing to do. They're probably on your email list, I hope, and if they're not, add them. And it's a really easy way for you to leverage their networks and their grassroots support for your organization by sending out that email with a little note on top to friends or family, asking them to support a cause that they really care about. My second idea for you here is to also have each board member share their giving story during December on social media. They could do this, officially through your organization. Maybe you want to collect their story and share it. Or you could just have them write from the heart and share on their own Facebook page or their social media profile of choice and just talk about why they're a board member and why they love to give. This is such powerful social proof, and it's a really great way for them to share some of their personal values with friends and family who might resonate with those as well and might want to donate to the organization. Another thing you can do is also ask your board members to help make phone calls or write thank you notes. This is such a great way to kind of up-level your stewardship capacity in December. It's a really easy thing for board members to do. I've heard from many board members over the years who are afraid of fundraising that kind of dipping the toe in and making thank you phone calls first was a really great experience in donor contact and gave them the confidence to be more excited about interacting with donors. You can also talk to board members about having their company make a year-end gift, depending on who your board members are and where they work, of course. But this can sometimes be a great way to engage their kind of broader professional network. If they have a company that they work for that has a set budget for donating to the community, or maybe they want to support things that their employees are doing in the community, this is a great, easy way you can talk to your board members and potentially get an extra corporate gift at the end of the year. You can also have your board members add a note to holiday cards for your VIP donors. So if you send out holiday cards, one of the things you could do is just have them write a little extra note from the board chair or specific board member. It's a great way to just kind of acknowledge those donors a little bit more and give them a little bit more of a personal attention in their card. Finally, you can ask board members to make their personally meaningful gift for the year if they haven't already. And I always say personally meaningful when I solicit board members for gifts, because I feel like this is a really easy, low pressure way to ask for a gift. I know nonprofits will sometimes have a policy that board members have to donate a specific amount or get that specific amount. But sometimes I think this creates economic barriers to people being able to participate in boards, which I think it's good to eliminate those. So I always like to say to board members, we would love for you to make a personally meaningful gift every year to show your support as a leader in the organization. And so that we can also say, we have 100% board participation in philanthropy, which is a great thing to be able to share with donors in the broader community. So saying personally meaningful gift is, I think, a very easy way to kind of open that conversation and let board members decide what works for them and their particular financial situation, hopefully without making the conversation too awkward for everyone. So those are my tips for you about getting your board members engaged in year-end fundraising. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. If you have tried any of these before, or if you're planning on trying one of these this year, let me know. As always, thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you've enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up here on YouTube. And for more fundraising and communications tutorials, be sure to subscribe to my channel.